TV soap news and spoilers say that in the glittering world of daytime soap operas, where betrayal lurks behind every manicured hedge and secrets simmer like a pot about to boil over, Beyond the Gates has emerged as a captivating force. Premiering on CBS in February 2025, this groundbreaking series, the first daytime drama in decades to center on a predominantly African-American cast, has redefined the genre with its opulent portrayal of Black royalty in a fictional gated community just outside Washington, D.C. The Dupri family, with their sprawling mansions, high-stakes careers, and tangled web of relationships, serves as the beating heart of the show. But amid the glamour and intrigue, one storyline has gripped viewers like a vice: the insidious scam orchestrated by Haley Lawson and her cousin Randy Parker against the charismatic attorney Bill Hamilton. As the plot has twisted into darker territories, involving faked pregnancies, hidden identities, and whispers of murder, fans are left pondering a pivotal question: was Haley caught before she could unleash her fatal blow on Bill? Let's dive deep into this dramatic saga, expanding on the clues, the revelations, and the heart-pounding possibilities, in a discussion that peels back the layers of deception one by one. To fully appreciate the tension building around Haley and Bill, we must first set the stage with the show's rich tapestry. Beyond the Gates isn't just another soap, it's a cultural milestone, blending the classic elements of daytime drama, romance, rivalry, and revenge, with contemporary themes of wealth, power, and identity. Created by Michelle Val-Jean, the series follows the Dupri clan, led by matriarch Anita Dupri, played with regal poise by Tamara Tunie, a former singing sensation whose voice once captivated the nation, and her husband Vernon, Clifton Davis, a retired senator whose political legacy casts a long shadow. Their daughters, Nicole, Daphne Duplay, and Danielle, Danny, Carla Mosley, navigate their own turbulent lives. Nicole is a psychiatrist and philanthropist married to plastic surgeon Ted Richardson, Keith D. Robinson, and Danny as a former supermodel turned fierce momager, still reeling from her divorce from Bill Hamilton. Bill Hamilton, Timon Kyle Durrett, enters this world as a magnetic figure, a successful criminal defense attorney with a sharp mind and an even sharper tongue. Divorced from Danny, he's the father of their two daughters, Naomi, Ariel Pre-Petit, and Chelsea, Ronnie Rose Montilla. Bill's life seems picture-perfect on the surface: a thriving law firm, a supportive family, and now, a whirlwind romance with his paralegal, Haley Lawson, Marquita Goings. Haley bursts onto the scene as the epitome of charm, gorgeous, witty, intelligent, with a smile that could melt steel. She quickly becomes Bill's fiancée, then his wife, in a ceremony that had viewers swooning over the apparent fairy tale ending. But as any soap fan knows, fairy tales in this genre are often laced with poison. Enter the scam, a meticulously crafted web of lies that has been unraveling thread by thread since the show's early episodes. Haley's initial plan, as pieced together from subtle hints and later explosive revelations, was deceptively simple yet ruthlessly effective: infiltrate Bill's life, marry him for his considerable wealth, siphon off his assets, and vanish into the night like a ghost. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment scheme, it was a long con, honed over months, perhaps years, with Haley positioning herself as the perfect partner. She started as a paralegal at his firm, impressing him with her legal acumen and flirtatious banter. Their courtship was a whirlwind of romantic dinners, stolen glances in the office, and promises of forever. Bill, still smarting from his messy divorce from Danny, fell hard, seeing in Haley a fresh start, a woman who understood his ambitions and matched his energy. But Haley wasn't alone in this endeavor. Lurking in the shadows was her cousin, Randy Parker, Maurice P. Carey, a shady operator with a penchant for aliases and a background that screamed trouble. Randy, introduced early on as a mysterious figure eavesdropping at diners and casinos, serves as Haley's enforcer and co-conspirator. Their relationship is one of blood and betrayal, cousins bound by a shared history of grifting, perhaps stemming from an impoverished upbringing that contrasted sharply with the opulence of the Dupri world. Randy's role was crucial. He handled the dirty work, forging documents, creating false identities, and keeping tabs on potential threats. Together, they formed a formidable duo, with Hailey as the seductive frontwoman and Randy as the muscle. Viewers first got a whiff of Randy's dubious nature when he appeared under different names in various scenes, sometimes as a casino worker, other times as a shadowy informant, raising red flags for eagle-eyed fans. The plot thickened when Hailey's ambitions escalated beyond mere theft. In a chilling scene that aired in mid-September 2025, Hailey confided in Randy during a clandestine meeting in a dimly lit parking garage, the rain pounding down like a harbinger of doom. "Marrying him was easy," she hissed, her eyes gleaming with avarice, "but getting the money? That's going to require something more permanent." It was here that the scheme took its darkest turn. Hailey decided that killing Bill was the only foolproof way to inherit his fortune without the mess of a divorce or shared assets. This revelation sent shockwaves through the audience, transforming Hailey from a suspected gold digger into a potential Black Widow. The "Kill Bill" puns flooded social media, with fans drawing parallels to the Quentin Tarantino film, but the stakes were deadly serious. Hailey's plan involved staging an accident, perhaps a tampered car brake or a poison drink. Something that would look natural, allowing her to play the grieving widow while cashing in on his life insurance and estate. What made this twist even more dramatic was Hailey's elaborate cover, a faked pregnancy and subsequent miscarriage. In episodes leading up to the summer cliffhanger, Hailey announced her pregnancy to Bill with tearful joy, complete with forged ultrasound images provided by Randy. This ploy cemented her place in Bill's heart, as he envisioned a new family. But when the miscarriage occurred, dramatized in a heart-wrenching hospital scene, it only deepened Bill's devotion, blinding him to the red flags. Fans speculated wildly, was the baby ever real? No, as later confirmed. How far would Hailey go? The miscarriage arc was a masterstroke of manipulation, evoking sympathy from characters like Naomi, who even befriended Hailey, unaware of the viper in their midst. Now, enter the heroes of this tale, Danny Dupri and her close friend Vanessa McBride, Lauren Buglioli. Danny, Bill's ex-wife, never fully trusted Hailey, viewing her as a husband-stealing tramp from the start. Her instincts, honed by years in the cutthroat modeling world, screamed that something was off. Vanessa, a high-end real estate agent and Danny's neighbor in the gated community, became her confidant and ally. Together, they formed an unlikely detective duo, piecing together clues that exposed the scam. It began with Vanessa spotting Randy at a local event, recognizing him from a past encounter where he used a different name. "That man is trouble," Vanessa whispered to Danny over a glass of wine in one episode, her voice laced with urgency. Danny, ever the protective mother, dug deeper, hiring a private investigator, a crossover character from another soap, adding meta-flair, to tail Randy. Their breakthrough came in late August 2025 episodes, when they uncovered Randy's multiple aliases and criminal record. Petty thefts, fraud, and links to organized crime through his boss, Joey Armstrong, John Lindstrom, a casino owner with his own antagonistic agenda. Danny confronted Randy in a tense scene at Uptown, the community's trendy hotspot, where Vanessa backed her up. "We know who you are," Danny snarled, her eyes flashing with righteous fury. "And we know what you're up to with Hailey." This discovery put the entire scheme in jeopardy, forcing Hailey and Randy to accelerate their plans. But it also sowed seeds of paranoia. Hailey began suspecting that her cover was blown, leading to frantic phone calls and arguments with Randy that heightened the drama. The big revelation exploded in an October 2025 episode, just days before our current date of October 20th. In a scene that Marquita Goings herself described as shocking, Hailey's true colors were laid bare. During a heated confrontation with Randy, aired on October 18th, Hailey admitted on camera, to the audience, at least, that her love for Bill was a facade, and murder was her endgame. "The only way to get his money is to kill him," she declared, her voice cold as ice, sending chills down viewers' spines. Fans erupted on social media, with Goings posting an Instagram reel showing Hailey's quick switch from schemer to sweetheart, captioning it, Hailey. "Been showing her true colors lately. Our writers have truly shocked us all with these recent turn of events." In interviews, Goings expressed genuine surprise. "I didn't see this coming when we filmed it months ago. Hailey started as this charming woman, but layer by layer, she's revealed as this master manipulator. It's Emmy-worthy stuff." But here's the crux of our discussion. Was Hailey caught before she could attack Bill? Based on the plot developments so far, the answer leans toward a resounding yes, at least in terms of exposure preventing immediate action. The scam was unmasked before Hailey could execute her murderous plan. Danny and Vanessa's investigation led to the pivotal exposure, alerting Bill and the family just in time. In the episode following the revelation, Bill confronts Hailey in their lavish home, the camera panning over shattered glass from a thrown vase, symbolizing their broken trust. "How could you?" Bill thunders, his face a mask of betrayal. Hailey, cornered, attempts to gaslight him, claiming it's all a misunderstanding, but the evidence, forged documents, Randy's confessions under pressure, is overwhelming. Yet, the show masterfully leaves room for ambiguity. Has Hailey truly been caught in the legal sense? As of October 20, 2025, no arrest has been depicted. Spoilers from October 15 hinted at Randy receiving a deadly order, possibly from Hailey to proceed with the hit, but the exposure derailed it. Instead of an attack, we're treated to a cat-and-mouse game, Hailey fleeing the community, Randy going underground, and Bill vowing revenge. Fans theorize that Hailey's greed will lead to her tragic end, perhaps a fatal accident while escaping, or a confrontation with Danny that turns violent. One Reddit thread speculates, Hailey's too greedy, she'll try one last grab for the money and get caught red-handed. Another fan on X, formerly Twitter, posits, she was arrested before she could do anything, mark my words, sweeps month will bring handcuffs. Expanding on this, let's consider the dramatic implications. Hailey's character arc is a study in ambition gone awry. From her humble beginnings, hinted at in flashbacks showing her and Randy scraping by in a rundown apartment, she clawed her way into Bill's world, using her beauty and brains as weapons. The decision to kill adds a Shakespearean tragedy element, Macbeth-like in its hubris. Imagine the scene, Hailey, alone in her bedroom, staring at a vial of poison, her hands trembling as she weighs the cost of her soul. The show's writers have amplified the tension with atmospheric elements. Stormy nights, ominous music swells, and close-ups on Hailey's calculating eyes. Danny's role cannot be understated. As the scorned ex-wife, her journey from suspicion to vindication is empowering. Carla Mosley's performance shines, especially in scenes with Vanessa, where their friendship provides comic relief amid the drama. "We've got to stop her," Danny urges Vanessa in one episode, the two women poring over evidence like modern-day Nancy Drews. Vanessa, with her real estate savvy, even uncovers property deeds linking Hailey to shady dealings. This alliance not only exposes the scam but highlights themes of female solidarity in a male-dominated world. What about Randy? As Hailey's cousin, his loyalty is tested. In recent episodes, cracks appear, Randy hesitates on the deadly order, perhaps haunted by a conscience or fear of consequences. Maurice P. Carey brings depth to the role, portraying Randy as more than a thug, a man trapped in family obligations, his multiple names symbolizing a fractured identity. Looking ahead, November sweeps promise more fireworks. Will Hailey attempt the attack despite the exposure? Previews tease a showdown at the Dupri estate, where Bill, armed with knowledge, turns the tables. Perhaps Hailey meets a tragic end, her greed consuming her like a fire. Or, in true soap fashion, she escapes, setting up a long-term villain arc. In discussing this, it's clear the writers have crafted a narrative that's both thrilling and thought-provoking. Hailey's exposure before the attack saves Bill but leaves emotional scars. Fans debate, is redemption possible for Hailey? Or is her tragic end inevitable? As one viewer commented, she was caught just in time, but the real drama is what comes next. What do you think? Was Hailey truly thwarted, or is the worst yet to come? Share your theories below, the gates are open for discussion. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV soap news and spoilers for more updates on Beyond the Gates.